Hi, hello everyone. My name is Jimmy Smith Jr. My professor is Mr. Nico Rebels. My advisor is Mr. Neil Clements. And the Southern Regional Technical College president is Dr. Craig Wentworth. Today I am doing a presentation for Management Class 1115 on leadership. I'm actually going to be talking about Steve Irvin. Steve Irvin, my gosh, we had to come up with a leader that some kind of way impacted your life, and I chose him. I know he's not a Dr. Martin Luther King or a Muhammad Ali or some civil rights movement leader or President Kennedy or something of that nature, but he actually was a leader to me. He was very passionate, humbling, um, respectful to the animals. He had an opportunity to showcase so much of his talents to the world. Um, but a little bit, I'm trying to, before I get too far, I just want to kind of tell you a little bit of things about him. He actually was born in the Love Month, February 22nd, 1962. And his mother was Miss Lynn and his father Bob Irwin. They described him as a very energetic kid. They thought they had to tie him up to the truck a few times because that's all he used to do was just rumble off into the woods and go chase lizards and climb trees and whatnot. So it seemed as though he already had this energy when he was a little boy, and it seemed as though the older he got, the he got better he got what he was doing. He eventually came into a family where he had two kids and a beautiful wife. He had a son and a daughter and his wife. And that's one thing I really liked it about him. Whenever he done his shows, even though animals was his love and his joy, he always had his family to the side. Even sometimes they would even come in, he would carry him with him and hold him in his arm while he's working with a crocodile or python or something of that nature, but he was always a family man, and I love that about him. Um, there's nothing that important to where his family couldn't be with him by his side. So I really admired that as well. Um, he always just every time you saw him, you ever looked at, I mean, I was a young boy, and whenever you seen him, man, he always had that smile on his face, and um, he was just so energetic. You can look at his posture, the way he looked, the way he just showed so much caring and charismatality toward his animals. I used to look at him sometime on a television show, and some of the things that he would do with these animals, I was like, "What are you doing? Are you like mentally disturbed?" And so he was just a wonderful guy. I seen him do some extraordinary things that I just wouldn't do to this day myself. There's no way in the world I could feed a crocodile. I probably wouldn't even be able to feed it through the fence. I probably just throw it in there to the water to him. But he's actually gotten to the water with these reptiles. He's held huge snakes around his body that could just squeeze you and kill you immediately. Um, but what I learned over the time from him is that he was very compassionate about animals. He taught me that animals are here for a reason. Whenever you walk into something, never let the first impression define the moment. Just because you see a rattlesnake or you see a tiger or you see a huge alligator does not mean that they're trying to kill you. And I've took that saying or that thinking into real life. Whenever I come in contact with anyone, especially a man or a woman of this world, I always do the best thing possible. Treat them with respect. Never let the defining moment of the first impression let me judge who you are. And that's what I got out of him as a leader. He was very compassionate. He loved his animals. He loved his family. He was just always smiling, so just so happy, and like he just loved life. And there was nothing that could make him feel, down. there's not a moment. I think I've never seen him down. Every time always saw him on television or on his YouTube videos, on anything, he was always energetic and smiling. And that's the kind of person I want to be. Always passionate in what I do, energetic and respectful for what I'm doing. Unfortunately, Steve Irvin passed away doing something that he loved. He was actually doing a video shoot of himself. I forget the name of the ocean where he was at, but they was actually doing a video shoot, and I guess there were some stingrays around, and I guess one of them got agitated while he was near them, because he liked to go hands on with reptiles and all kind of wildlife, and I guess this one just got a little amped up, and the stingray tail punctured him in the chest near his heart area. Um, the staff, his loved ones, did everything they could to try to keep him alive. They, CPR until medical attention got there. They tried to drive to where the nearest helicopter could land and pick him up. But unfortunately, all their efforts didn't help. He passed away before he could get medical attention. But all in all, his memory still lives on with me, because there's not a day, I'll say not a day, but I think of him quite often. I go out the door sometime, and I like to do a lot of hunting, actually. And then sometimes I'd be deer hunting, and I just be sitting in the stand, and I see different wildlife pass through, bobcat, or fox, or armadillo, and I could just be in there trying to act like him sometime. Well, look at that beauty. Wow, we should just go up and touch him or something. I can't sound like him, I'm just an old Georgia boy, but Steve Irvin, thank you so much for showing me about compassion, teaching me about going into something where you think is bad is not really bad. Pretty much the first impression should not never define who a person is when you first meet them. I've learned to gain a lot of respect for certain reptiles. I do go proceed with caution. I don't think I'll never be able to hold a rattlesnake or a big python the way you have. I've seen him hold some poisonous animals, cobras, and just some poisonous animals up in Australia. And I don't think I would get to that point, but he has given me a different mentality of thinking on animals and people. So, thank you so much, Steve. I wish your family the best, and I hope you all enjoyed my presentation. I know I didn't have any notes. I wanted to talk to you all from the heart. You guys all have a blessed day. This is Jimmy Smith with Southern Regional Technical College. Thank you.